Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you to this 11th edition of the Social Entrepreneur of the Year Award in India. On behalf of the Schwab Foundation and for Social Entrepreneurship and Jubilant Bhartiya Foundation, thank you all for being with us today for the virtual ceremony to celebrate social entrepreneurship. A special welcome to our chief guest, Minister Srimati Irani, Minister of Women and Child Developments and Textiles of the Government of India. Thank you, Minister, for being with us today. I would also like to thank Shyam Bhartiya and Hari Bhartiya for the long-standing partnership between our two foundations. We always considered India a special contributor in the journey of social innovation. Every year, we are finding promising social enterprises from India who are bringing solutions for many emerging societal issues. During the current COVID-19 pandemic, we have witnessed social entrepreneurs doing what they do best, rising to the occasion, applying and adapting their solutions to address the immediate and long-term effects of this pandemic. In the last decade, the competition for the Social Entrepreneur of the Year Award in India has received over 1,600 applications in total, and this year alone, more than 100 applications came in, a quarter of those representing women social entrepreneurs. My sincere thanks go to the Jubilant Bhartiya Foundation team under the leadership of Ajay Khanna for their extensive outreach and due diligence. Following a rigorous selection process, the eminent jury had a difficult task to choose a winner among the talented finalists, and I want to thank the members of the jury for their engagement and for their passion for social entrepreneurship. And to the finalists for this year's award, I congratulate Sujay Santra from iCure, Sandeep Patel from NEPRA, Ashraf Patel from Pravak and Community. You are all pioneers at the forefront of innovation and creating impact. We look forward to welcoming the Social Entrepreneur 2020 India to the Schwab Foundation community. Being a member of the community will also give you the opportunity to contribute to the activities and projects of the World Economic Forum. And here I would like Professor Klaus Schwab, its founder and executive chairman, to say a few words.
Thank you very much, Hilde. Honorable Minister, Shyam, Shireen, and Hari, great thank you for the partnership which we have established, and it's just an expression also of the long-lasting relations the World Economic Forum and now for the 11th year the Schwab Foundation has had with India. I'm looking very much forward that we can meet again in person and to celebrate not only social entrepreneurship, but I think meeting in person again is important in order to restore global trust. The World Economic Forum is now very much involved in helping to fight the virus, the pandemic, but also we are preparing the post-corona time through multiple collective and collaborative actions. So I'm looking forward to have India very well represented in our activities, because India is a major force in shaping the future and has to be very prominently engaged in shaping this future. Thank you, and again, already now, let me express how important it is to integrate the social entrepreneurs into the activities of the World Economic Forum.
And now we have the pleasure to see the videos from the three finalists, and I would like to ask Shireen Ban to guide us through these videos.
Well, thank you very much, Mrs. Schwab, and thank you very much, Klaus Schwab, for for this continued partnership. This is our 11th year partnering with the Jubilant Bhartiya Foundation. My association with the Social Entrepreneur Awards goes back even further. Minister Irani, many thanks for joining us here this evening. While we have been able to connect with all of our finalists and the audience watching at home online, I have to tell you that you cannot replicate the energy, the passion that one has seen at this event every year, and the sense of camaraderie and purpose. That, unfortunately, you cannot create online. But without further ado, let me introduce you to the finalists this evening, and what an inspiring set of entrepreneurs we have with us. Let me start with our very first entrepreneur. And this is an important area, an area that is front and center during the course of this pandemic. Hit by a realization that India may never have sufficient doctors to treat patients individually, Sujay Santra founded iCure in 2010 with a mission to tackle the severe shortage of quality primary healthcare facilities in rural and semi-urban India. A health management platform, iCure delivers primary healthcare services through a network of clinics, digital technologies, frontline health workers across rural, semi-urban and urban areas in the country. Let's take a look at the iCure story.
Lack of technological applications in health that could coordinate care between multiple providers and patients led Sujay Santra to set up iCure TechSoft in 2010. A social health platform, iCure delivers primary healthcare, wellness and prevention services to rural, semi-urban and urban populations through a network of clinics, digital technologies and trained frontline health workers. The venture has so far impacted the lives of 10.2 million people and has treated 1 million patients across 7 Indian states.
जो भी हम लोग को यहाँ पर सेवा पा रहे हैं, डॉक्टर बने जितने लोग हैं यहाँ का, हम लोग को बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है। यहाँ का जितने गरीब लोग हैं, सब लोग को मैंने यहाँ पर सुविधा मिल रहा है। हर किस्म का डॉक्टर यहाँ पर बैठते हैं।
iCure's objective is to provide affordable and accessible primary healthcare to the last mile using a setting up of a hub and spoke clinics wherein we have our physical doctors, medicines, various tests being done, and through our remote clinics wherein the patients can come from the surrounding areas to get access to physical doctors, medicines, and through our frontline community health workers who are none other than the members selected from the community who carry smartphone and medic bags with various point of care devices.
Delivering last-mile healthcare using a hub-and-spoke model, iCure has also built a proprietary cloud hosting platform, Wireless Health Incident Monitoring System or WINS. This technology is able to work across offline and online synchronization modules, allowing patients' vitals to be captured onto the platform. As a result, iCure's medical team utilizes the patient's health and disease data to study various endemic diseases found in the community and develop research partnerships to analyze the root cause. Overall, iCure has profiled approximately 58 diseases, and this enables them to develop community-based interventions. Currently, WIMS is being used in about 5 countries and was selected by MIT Solve as one of the top 60 innovations in the world in 2018. Championing primary healthcare as we battle a pandemic is more important today than ever. A hybrid or blended model seems to be the future for healthcare providers like iCure as they service India's remotest corners.
Going forward, patients will be able to use more and more this blended solution of the hybrid model wherein they can go to the clinics wherever they need, as well as they can use the virtual platform or the telemedicine platform. And just the pure video consultation is not the solution in India, because we know that only the top 10 or the 15% of the population are tech savvy and they can engage with the doctors in a meaningful manner. So we have our frontline health workers who are able to go to the patient's doorstep. We have the Ayush doctors who are able to go to the patient's doorstep and capture the vitals, enter the data, help the patient communicate with the doctors in a much more meaningful way.
Apart from setting up its own primary healthcare clinics, iCure is working with central and several state governments in India to provide its know-how, create a sustainable business model, and marry technology into the ambitious Ayushman Bharat scheme. At present, iCure has partnered with global organizations like WHO, UNDP, World Economic Forum, several PSUs and corporates to provide affordable healthcare in its intervention areas. Profitable since the last 3 years, iCure has also been recognized as a prominent sustainable primary healthcare model globally.
Our services and the revenues are coming in from three folds. One is from the healthcare delivery, wherein we charge our patients for the doctor consultation. It ranges from 50 rupees to 100 rupees or 120 rupees based on the location wherein we are serving. We charge for the medicines, different kind of tests like the diagnostics tests, as well as we also provide sanitary pads, spectacles to our intervention areas. Our services are at least 20 to 30% cheaper than the market rates.
With its technology solution in use in multiple countries including Vietnam and Sub-Saharan Africa, iCure is now looking to open 190 healthcare clinics and provide primary healthcare to more than 7 million patients over the next 5 years.
While leveraging the power of technology. That was the story of Sujay Santra and the team at iCure. Congratulations. Let's now move to our second entrepreneur this evening, someone who's trying to address the problem of waste management. Nepra is trying to solve that. It's a platform that integrates all stakeholders of the waste management ecosystem to create a circular economy that ensures zero waste reaches our landfills. Here's the story of Sandeep Patil, the CEO and founder of Nepra.
Processing over 500 tons of waste a day across Ahmedabad, Indore and Pune, Nepra Resource Management commenced its operations in 2011 under the brand name Let's Recycle. Its operations can be classified into 4 categories: collection, segregation, processing and recycling. Nepra collects waste from residential complexes, corporates, industries, municipal corporations and waste pickers, which is then taken to Nepra's Material Recovery Facilities or MRF, where it is sorted and further segregated based on its type. This waste management model integrates all stakeholders, bringing in transparency, structure and traceability.
From the point of waste collection, mapping, waste picker identification and registration, we use facial recognition, we use geolocation mapping, we use a lot of parameters to really ascertain the waste generation patterns, and we optimize our collections and vehicle usage to reduce our kilometer runs. We ensure that there is an audit parameters and audit everything happening at our plant when the waste goes in. We ensure there is a transparency in the transaction happening with the waste pickers and within the organization and the sales. We create hardcore infrastructure for processing of waste, and we ensure that maximum is recycled and minimum is sent to the cement kilns or waste to energy plants for energy recovery, making us a zero waste to landfill company.
While Nepra's environment and economic impact is quite visible, its social impact is immense as well. Through several programs, Nepra has been successful in sensitizing over 10 lakh people about waste management, and over 2,000 bottom of the economic pyramid lives have been positively impacted. A champion of gender equality, 55% of its employees are women.
We are making an impact directly and indirectly to various things. For example, when we are collecting waste from waste pickers and paying them in a fair way, it ensures that they get a better livelihood.
नेप्रा के पहले हम पीढ़े पे माल देने जाते थे, वहाँ हमको वहाँ से भी लाने का भाड़ा देना पड़ता था और यहाँ से भी पीढ़ा पे ले जाने का भी भाड़ा देना पड़ता था। वो पीढ़े पे हम 100-200 का भी बेचते थे, अभी नेप्रो में 300 का भी हो जाता है, 400 का भी हो जाता है, हमको भाव भी सही मिलता है।
हम पहले
दुकान पे देते थे हमको फ़ायदा नहीं मिलता था, इधर देते तो हमको फ़ायदा मिलता है।
In less than a decade, NEPRA has successfully contributed towards the transformation of the waste management industry in India and enjoys a turnover of close to 100 crore rupees. The venture generates revenues by making waste marketable. Its distribution channel includes metal, plastic, glass, paper recyclers for recyclable dry waste and cement plants for non-recyclables.
We basically are complete circular economy package for any partner, because we collect the waste from the source either through waste pickers or through our own collection mechanism. We work with segregation of various polymers and products which goes to various recyclers who make papers, different kinds of papers or different kinds of plastics. Those plastics, we are working with various brand partners to experiment and try to bring those plastics back into your packaging requirements. So as an organization, we help you bring traceability and transparency and ensuring a quality raw material and recyclable material into the value chain, while ensuring there is positive impact to the people who are included in the value chain.
NEPRA's model is very scalable, claim the founders. By the end of next year, the venture will be equipped to handle 1,060 metric tons of waste per day and aims to be in 25 cities in 5 years. With a mission to drive India towards a zero waste reality, the venture is now looking to adopt new technologies that will further help make the sector efficient and the future clean.
Congratulations to the waste warrior Sandeep Patel and the team at NEPRA. And now on to our final finalist this evening. Taking a youth-centric approach to transforming society, Prava has been working to co-create a sustainable ecosystem that nurtures empowering spaces with and for young people by investing in partnerships, capacity building, and engaging with multiple stakeholders in the adolescent and youth space. And they've been doing that for 2 decades now. Please join me in welcoming Ashraf Patel, the co-founder of Prava and Community, the youth collective. Here's a look at their story.
The idea of youth discovering their positive self and making a connection to society gave birth to Prava. From a tiny fellowship in 1994 to receiving the Ashoka Fellowship in 1996, it validated the innovation and theory of change Ashraf Patel and her co-founders Meenu Venkateshwaran and Arjun Shekhar wanted to bring. To cater to a diverse youth through an ecosystem building approach, the team launched Commutiny, the youth collective, in 2008. What started out as work with a handful of adolescents 26 years ago has now taken a life cycle approach to intervene at every stage of a young person's life.
Prava has always been working on building youth leadership, inside out youth leadership for social change. And this really involves mindset change. Our whole ethos is that issues of discrimination, conflict, hate, polarization, injustice, inequality, all of these are deeply rooted issues, and they can be only addressed if at a very young age we learn about these. Commutiny, on the other hand, is a federation or an association of youth-led and youth-focused organizations.
Facilitating a generation of empathetic, sensitive changemakers who build more inclusive identities and societies is Prava's big focus. While the COVID-19 crisis has impacted India's social sector in a big way, the team at Prava was able to adapt all its curricula to remote platforms and even build capacities for its communities to learn how to use these platforms.
So COVID-19 of course brings with it a whole lot of issues, and certainly on livelihood, certainly on education. We know this whole digital divide that has completely separated those who have access to technology and those who don't. There is one big program around well-being, and all the members of Commutiny, the youth collective, modified their initiatives to actually reach out to young people regardless of this terrible situation, so that young people can be heard, can share, can continue their learning journeys.
Inspired by Mahatma Gandhi's vision, "Be the change you wish to see in the world," the collective is keen to impart constitutional literacy among the youth of India to enhance leadership capacities and enable them to undertake social action projects in their own communities to bring about change. An association of 130 plus organizations across the country, Commutiny the Youth Collective works towards enhancing the agency of young people. In the last few years, Prava and Commutiny have worked with over 1,200 youth-led and youth-centric organizations across 17 states in the country, impacting the lives of over 9 lakh people. The not-for-profit has also nurtured 7 lakh young leaders through its active citizenship program that aims to make every youth a Jagrik.
There is leadership we are seeing in communities, young people taking charge of common spaces, whether it's an action around environment, whether it's an action around harmony, young people taking the lead there. And of course, we have seen most recently in COVID times, and really most of the young people that we have worked with have stepped up.
Facilitating change makers in creating a growth story for the country is the need of the hour. And Prava wants to build an India where young people come together to produce a vaccine against hate via dialogue and collaboration.
We have seen 3 fantastic examples of social entrepreneurship. But now it is my pleasure to give the word to Shyam Bhartiya, Director of the Jubilant Bhartiya Foundation. Please, Shyam.
Thank you, Hilde. Srimati Smriti Irani, Honorable Minister for Women and Child Development and Textiles, Professor Klaus Schwab, Mrs. Hilde Schwab, jury members, Shireen, Hari, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Jubilant Bhartiya Group, I would like to welcome and thank all of you for being with us today. It gives me immense pleasure to specially welcome our distinguished chief guest for the evening, Srimati Smriti Irani, Honorable Minister for Women and Child Development and Textiles, Government of India. Srimati Irani is India's youngest minister in the government and the first woman to hold office as Union Minister for Human Resource Development and Union Minister for Textiles. Smriti Irani has taken several new and unique initiatives in various incarnations to help, support, and improve the life and the dignity of both women and child. Her initiatives have supported the entire ecosystem, especially for women, social entrepreneurs who develop Indian textiles, fabric, and designs. Most recently, textiles have been included under the new production-linked incentive scheme for enhancing India's manufacturing and export capabilities for textile sector. Many of the Minister Irani's initiative are indeed a very laudable, and I would like one such initiative on National Education Policy NEP, which was earlier conceived by her as a Minister for HRD. Her various achievements, the World Economic Forum named Smriti Irani as Young Global Leader from India for the year 2015. Many thanks, Minister Irani, for joining us today. Your presence and participation has greatly encouraged us, and especially all the social entrepreneurs. Our journey with Schwab Foundation started in 2009. Hilde and Klaus had a vision and strategic approach of engaging different communities and give them a global platform. Convinced by their vision and approach, we committed ourselves to a long-term partnership by supporting this annual Social Entrepreneur of the Year award in India. This year marks the 11th year of this robust partnership between the two foundations. Over the years, this partnership has only grown and manifested itself as one that fulfills us with pride, thankfulness, humility, and fulfillment. Jubilant Bhartiya Foundation is a not-for-profit organization established by Jubilant Bhartiya Group with a vision to bring progressive social change through multi-stakeholder partnerships. The foundation essentially focuses on 4 domains: encourage elementary education, enhance health indices through innovative services, escalate employability, and enable a conducive environment for social entrepreneurship. During COVID-19 pandemic, Jubilant Bhartiya Foundation not only continued its regular activities but also extended relief and rehabilitation support to Corona warriors across the country. The foundation collaborated with many social entrepreneurs to reach out to communities in distress and effectively run various programs. Over the last 11 years, we have seen a diversity of applications for this award coming from remotest corners of the country. The process has seen over 1,600 applications. This year, in spite of trying times of pandemic, we received over 100 applications, with over 1/3 women social entrepreneur application. The enthusiastic participation reflects a resilience and tenacity of the sector. It's heartening to see that the finalists of this year have brought disruptions in their own fields and with their innovative ideas and approach. They have done path-breaking work in the fields of healthcare, youth development, and solid waste management. I would like to thank our eminent jury members for working tirelessly and meticulously to select our finalists from a large pool of talented applications. Follow a rigorous process. In last 11 years have been a remarkable journey recognizing and supporting the social entrepreneurs in India. We look forward for continuing our partnership with Hilde and Klaus for many more years. May I now request Hilde to take the ceremony forward.
Thank you, Shyam. Thank you very much for your warm words. We also are very happy with our partnership. I would like now to ask the Honorable Minister Srimati Irani, Minister for Women and Child Development and Textiles of the Commonwealth of India, to present the certificates to all finalists. Sujay Santra from iCure, Sandeep Patel from NEPRA, Ashraf Patel from Prava and Community. Voilà, bravo. We will announce now the Social Entrepreneur of the Year 2020 India. Lars, please open the envelope.
Thank you, Hilde. Before I open the envelope, I just want to make, let's say, the following remark. The 3 finalists were very convincing and very innovative. So certainly every of those 3 would have deserved to be the Social Entrepreneur of the Year. But we have to make a choice, and let me look who the social entrepreneur of the year is. The social entrepreneur of the year of India is Ashraf Patel from the Brava and Mutiny Youth Collective. So congratulations.
Ashraf, would you please say a few words?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everybody. This is such a big recognition of the work. So I just want to, thank you. I'd like to begin with just celebrating Sujay and Sandeep. Many congratulations to you all. It's great work. And you know, we are all in this together. So we are all winners here. Thank you, Madam Minister, Srimati Irani, Professor Schwab, Ms. Hilde, Mr. Hari Bhartiya and Mr. Sham Bhartiya for being here, and Mr. Khanna and the members of the jury for making this possible and making this recognition happen. And the celebration is also for the Schwab and Jubilant Bhartiya Foundation for creating this whole space to recognize social entrepreneurship in the country. I also want to thank the jury members, all the jury members, and Vivek ji and Runa ji for making this whole process really enriching, encouraging, and sort of nudging us along. I come here the second time, so it's even more heartening to have this process again. And so just thank you so much for the learning journey. I'd like to say a few words about this space, and thank you for this opportunity. I think this recognition for youth leadership is really come at the moment where I think it's needed. All issues are critical, but the world right now is beset with inequality, conflict, and environmental issues, which we might call the ice conflict. And on top of that, as we know, we've all talked about, we also have COVID. And never before have we needed more collaboration and shared leadership with young people to really thaw this ice, even in the time of global warming, to create a better world. So I think what Prava and Community have brought, and the whole ecosystem, and not just us, there are hundreds and hundreds of youth leaders and youth organizations working towards creating youth leadership. But what we are trying to do is put active citizenship on the map and to bring up the norm of a self-awakened, proactive citizen, what we are calling the Jagrik. So this recognition is for all of that work. And I just want to thank you all. Today is the Constitution Day. And at Prava and Community and the Varta Leap Coalition, which we are part of formulating, we are celebrating the Youth Duties and Rights Week. So this award, I think, comes at a time when we can truly recognize the opportunity that young people need. And this award boosts not only our ecosystem, but recognize the need for all of us, everyone here, to put youth leadership and youth-centric development center stage on the map as part of all our work, no matter what issues we work on or what communities we work with. This, we think, is the center and the need of the hour to really create a nourished society, to melt this ice age and this thaw, and to renew the society in the way I think the Constitution, in today's Constitution Day, the framers of the Constitution would have envisioned it. I think we are looking for a world of greater equality, greater fraternity, greater justice and liberty, not only in this country, but across the world. And maybe that if we all can come together
this mission that we are following, which is of every youth Jagrik and every space nurturing Jagriks, can only be nurtured if we don't just ask young people to do their duties, so-called, to make a difference to the nation and the world, but we also ask ourselves, everyone here, whether we are young or old, institutions, organizations, individuals, parents, educators, everyone to ask ourselves, what is the space we are creating for young people's rights to be nurtured? That they must have the rights to really, not only their constitutional rights, but also their rights to take leadership and the rights for having a space where their capacities, competencies, and their whole self is nourished. So this is what we are celebrating and committing to work for. And there is no better time than today and this award, and I would like to dedicate this award to that mission. Just want to thank everyone in this journey. We have the entire ecosystem of Prava community, 100 members of community, the Youth Collective, and also the Vartalip Coalition. And all of these spaces are nourished by really, I just want to thank all the team members, the senior leadership team of Prava and community, all the team members in our system, our board members, our founders, our young leaders and young social change agents, the change loomers, the forum members who formulate this whole ecosystem, who lead this ecosystem, co-lead this space, and most of all, our partners across civil society, our funding agencies, people who've been with us right through thick and thin to make sure that the resources of all kinds are available for this much needed field. These are the people who have created this field, and it is with the leadership of all of you that we can really enable young people to unleash their potential. And it is with that we look forward to really addressing and working together to address issues of discrimination, hate, polarization, really gender justice. We need, and climate change. We need all of this together. And I think young leaders will be at the center of this. Lastly, I want to save the best for last as well. A little bit personal. Two people who have been with me right through, and young and youth leadership and youthhood is about first loves. So I want to bring two first loves into the picture. I want to thank Meenu and Arjun, who are co-founders of many of the missions that we've done together, and they should be also right here, along with all our team members. So I want to thank you both for being in my personal journey, along with my family and friends. So with that, I just want to say lots of love. Let's continue to nourish the space for young people with love, learning, freedom, ownership, and social hope. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashraf. Thank you so much for your acknowledgement. And you're so right to put youth and youth leaders front and center, because they are the future. And now we are looking very much forward to the address by Honorable Minister Irani. Would you please take the floor?
Guten Abend, Frau Schwab, Professor Schwab, Sari Bhartiya, Sham Bhartiya, esteemed guests who've joined us online, ladies and gentlemen. It is particularly delightful for me that I today preside over festivities where a woman has been honored as the Entrepreneur for the Year. I must, at the onset, acknowledge and appreciate the contribution of Schwab Foundation and Jubilant Bhartiya Foundation, which celebrate social entrepreneurs. Particularly, I think I would like to take this opportunity to also congratulate all the social entrepreneurs who have been considered by the esteemed jury for this prestigious award. As has been said by Ms. Patel, it is a happenstance worth celebrating that today we come together on a day where India celebrates its Constitution Day, Rightfully so, we recognize not only the fundamental rights that we exercise as citizens, but also the fundamental duties enshrined in our Constitution, which help us endeavor to build a resilient, a just India. I must here, particularly at the beginning itself, take this opportunity to also give thanks to our COVID warriors, many who died on the line of duty so they could professionally and societally help bring services to many across our country. Today, this award proves that technology can help deliver not only services, but also social change. In the videos of the three finalists, I am particularly happy to see the iCure video, which spoke about helping reach medical services to rural India under the aegis of government programs such as Ayushman Bharat. This initiative also gives hopes to many, not only who seek to receive medical services, but also those who need to leverage these possibilities in India as a business enterprise. The fact that NIPRA, which is also recognized as a finalist today, speaks about facial recognition for waste management. Who would have thought that a company that talks about a circular economy and zero waste would also use this aspect of technology in bringing about fundamental change? While I speak of these two initiatives, as I have said at the onset, I must recognize the fact that it is only a woman who could have sought a platform facilitation to help bring change in the life of change makers, particularly the fact that she is dedicated through Prava to helping bridge the digital divide. I must here reiterate that under the leadership of the Honorable Prime Minister, while we in India under the Ayushman Bharat scheme hope to service 100 million families, while we under the water program Jal Jeevan Mission, just in the past 1.5 years, have managed to give pipe drinking safe clean water to over 2 crore 60 lakh families. Looking at the fact that today you celebrate the potential young India, which wants to use technology to innovate, bring about social change, one needs to also bring to the fore that it is since 2016 till this date that government recognized startups today stand at over 32,000 enterprises in the country. A country which has seen decades where the poor were disenfranchised to receive access to banking credit and facilities today celebrates the fact that under the Mudra Yojana, over 10 lakh crore rupees has been leveraged, thereby giving birth between the year 2015 to 2018, 51 lakh new entrepreneurs. This is a government dedicated to balancing our responsibilities between ease of doing business and ease of living. And so as I come to a close of my comments, I must say that this particular enterprise, this particular award, that is a joint collaboration between the Schwab Foundation and the Jubilant Bhartiya Foundation family, today highlights to the rest of our country, men and women, that compassion is not only the most enduring, but also an equally profitable business skill. Once again, my congratulations to all those who participated, Ms. Patel, who won the award for this year, and all those who were considered, because truly those who have come to this platform are the champions of Digital India. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Minister. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you for choosing to be with us today. On behalf of Schwab Foundation and Jubilant Bhartiya Foundation, let me first extend a special thanks to Minister Irani for gracing this ceremony. When I approached Minister to join us today, she readily accepted to be with us today. Thank you, Smriti ji. And thank you for your kind words of encouragement to all the social entrepreneurs. As you know, these are unprecedented times. The impact of COVID is beyond imagination and has deeply impacted the way we live, work, and interact with each other. Way back in February, when we started planning for this year's awards, we were not sure what would be the response from social entrepreneurs and whether we would be able to hold this year's awards function. In spite of the pandemic and its challenges, we received over 100 applications of exceptional quality, which reflects the resilience of the social sector, especially in these very challenging times. Every year, when we meet for this award ceremony, it leaves me humbled, emotional, and at the same time, completely charged up. I have always said, we in business learn a lot through the social entrepreneurs. They make huge impact with minimum resources. It's a constant reminder for all of us that while we take care of all the stakeholders in terms of livelihood, profits, we need not forget the social part. I know the World Economic Forum also spends a huge amount of time on the ESG, that is the environment, social, and the governance part in the corporate world. Firstly, congratulations to the winners and finalists for this extraordinary efforts, Sujay Santra, Sandeep Patel, and of course, the winner, Ashraf Patel. Ashraf ji, I know you came for the second time, so finally you made it, so congratulations. Thanks to Klaus and Hilde's perseverance and passion that has brought us here at this juncture of 11 years of a rewarding and exciting journey. We are indeed honored and delighted to work and partner with Schwab Foundation and would like to see this partnership grow many folds in the coming years. Thank you, Hilde. Thank you, Klaus, for this great partnership. The jury this year consisted of stalwarts and eminent personalities from different backgrounds, including industry and civil society. Special thanks to our esteemed jury members for extending their support, time, and guidance. Special mention for Shireen Ban from CNBC TV 18 for our unwavering commitment to this platform over the last 11 years and hopefully for many more years in the future. Appreciation and thanks to Francois Bonici and Goy Fumtim of Schwab Foundation for their continuous engagement with our team to complete the process of award virtually. Special thanks to Vivek Prakash from Jubilant Bhartiya Foundation, along with Runa and the entire team for putting this entire event and carefully going through the entire process over the last 8 months. Also, thanks to Ajay Khanna for being the master of ceremonies for this awards for the last 11 years. Thank you once again, everyone in the audience, for your valuable time, enthusiasm, active participation, and passion for cause, which is very close to all of us. I hope we meet next year physically to recognize extraordinary social entrepreneurs of the India once again. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.